Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Puppets, today joined by...
Michael. Just Michael.
Yes. And it's Easter time.
It's Easter time.
And I said in my other Easter review that I'll be doing one more Easter beer review. I actually reviewed two more Påskebryg. But we're trying something today that I really wanted to revisit. I had this years ago, really liked it. It's a brewery that I liked a lot years ago, and I kind of thought it would be fun to revisit. So we're checking out some beer from Anker, famous for making Gouden Carolus beers. Just Michael is not the biggest fan of these kind of beers, but I'm forcing him to drink it anyways. But especially for the Danish market for Easter, they make Gouden Carolus Easter. So you can only get this beer in Denmark, and it's basically something similar to their Christmas beer. It's not the exactly same recipe. I think
three spices.
There's three different spices in there. I know one of them is star anise, and I talked to Jesper, who runs Ølmand fra Gyll, Brouwerij. Ølsmand. And he sells the most Gouden Carolus like in Denmark, which is crazy because it's such a small store. So I asked him because maybe he would know something. He was like, yeah, he was pretty sure it's two different recipes. And this one also has less spices than the Christmas beer. So a little bit dialed back on the spice. He didn't know if it was the same spices, but it seemed like he knew that star anise is part of it.
Yeah. So
basically, Gouden Carolus, I think they're most known for the Cuvée van de Keizer, which I've also reviewed, which I really loved back in the day. But then they also have their Christmas beer, which is arguably, I think, one of the best Belgian Christmas beers, to be 100% honest. Like Belgian spiced Christmas ale. Gouden Carolus is up there as one of the best. We did them in the Grand Christmas calendar and revisited it a couple of years back, where I also brought back a Croissant Christmas and St. Bernard's Christmas and stuff like that. And Gouden Carolus came out on top.
Every year for at least 3 or 4 years, I also always had St. Follien's Christmas beer. I really enjoyed that one. Sorry.
St. Folien, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
St. Folien, I think that's also made especially for the Danish market.
I think so too.
There's something, it's because we drink so much beer over Christmas, so the Belgians are like, oh, we need to sell beer there.
That's a market.
Yeah, so as I said in the other review with Easter beer, the window is shorter, and you can see that because not so many people focus on making Easter beers anymore.
No.
Basically, what you get is supermarket stuff these days. Like the average supermarket's Easter beers that's always available, and none of them are that interesting. It's like some pale ales, maybe some bock beers and stuff like that, but they're all brewed at a price for the supermarket. But then there's this, which is a little bit different because it comes from Belgium, and it's, you know, a strong dark beer.
Yeah.
Something that usually also suits fatty foods. And
we like fatty foods in Denmark.
Yes. So it's 10%. It's a Belgian strong dark ale. And they say to serve at 9 to 12 degrees. I think that's exactly the temp. This is straight from the cellar. It's a pleasant dark special beer chosen by all who love a richer, slightly spicier tasting ale. Enjoy it. You can only get it in Denmark.
And that's you.
Yes. I love tasteful ale.
Yeah, spicy ale.
It says here, in smagfuld ale.
Yeah.
This is just so funny because there's a joke in Denmark about people who don't know about beer. They're like, oh, I love a good ale. It's like, oh, you love everything then.
Yeah. Yes.
But so, yeah, that's a little bit funny. They use, it says, 4 different types of specialty malts and the 3 spices. So
3 stooges.
Yeah, and also sugar and wheat malt, I see.
Wow.
And the reason why they use candied sugar is quite common in these big Belgian beers. But this is actually expired.
Because I'm not sure I want to drink it then.
This is from last year. I got this on an online web shop, and they were sold out of the fresh vintage. So they called me. I was like, I'm sorry, but we're actually sold out. And this beer was not available. Like, it sells really quickly when it's in the country, so you need to get on it. And they're like, I still have a couple bottles left from last year, but they're expired. Can I send you both instead? I was like, yeah, sure. So I'm 10% Belgian strong.
So you have 2 old
bottles of Christmas Easter beer.
Yeah,
I think fantastic. It's a 10% Belgian strong dark ale. I think it'll be all right. And you?
I don't know. I'm very skeptical because this is not my kind of beer. So whether it's fresh or old.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's check it out.
We don't drink a lot of beer like this. No, but
for a reason.
It pours a dark, kind of muddy brown.
Yeah, nice beer.
It's definitely not the prettiest of colors. No. And it's also lightly hazy. But it looks like, I think it looks a little bit lighter in color than
it's not clear.
No?
It is. You can see through it.
Yeah. I think there's just a little bit of yeast in suspension.
Yeah, reddish brown.
I think most Belgian beers are actually also with the yeast in suspension, aren't they? I think triples and all this stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
And a very frothy, big beige head.
Yeah, a nice head.
Really nice head. Let's check out the aroma on this one. It definitely smells like
star anise.
Star anise and candied orange peel to me.
Yeah,
like sweet
and it
orange.
has those esters.
It does. It smells a bit like.
It does.
It smells a bit like wine gums almost. Blackcurrant wine gums.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree on the.
I think it smells pretty nice. It smells like a slightly dialed back version of the Christmas ale.
Okay.
There's also coriander, for sure.
But the anise, you can definitely taste that.
I'm guessing it's orange peel, coriander, and star anise. It's the 3 spices. That's my guess.
Clove?
No.
No, I don't got clove.
I think it's coriander, star anise, and orange peel. Because I think those are like quite clear on the nose at least. And if it's only 3, I mean...
Yeah.
Star anise, 100%.
It says only 3
It says
3 spices.
Only 3 spices on the label. There's also candied sugar
1
notes.
spice, 2 spice,
3 spice, 4.
3 spice.
There's candied...
Oh, sorry. It's a Christmas beer. 2 spice.
There's a bit of like that candied sugar, candy syrup kind of aroma to it. There's also like just dark fruits.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells
And
like
caramel
every dark Belgian
It
strong
smells like,
ale.
yes, it smells like Belgian strong dark ale. Let's try it. Cheers and see how much you'll hate this.
Cheers.
I think that's really nice.
Then it's good you have a big bottle.
Yeah.
And 2 of them.
And 2 of them. I'll make you drink more. So, what do you think? I'm really curious about your thoughts.
Yeah. I'll just have another sip and then I'll let you know.
We never drink stuff like this on the channel. It's rare. I used to drink this a whole lot more.
I'm not fond of it, and I actually knew it before because this is not my kind of beer. I think it's way too strong. I can tell. I know it's a good beer and it tastes good. It's well brewed. I can totally see that. It's not. I'm not here to diss the beer. It's just my taste preference that says this is not my kind of beer. It's boozy. It makes me think of headaches, and it's for me more than a end up Vidøl.
Oh, okay. Vidøl is a Danish non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, it's a 1.2%.
I think it's because of the sugar flavor.
I don't know. It smells. It just tastes like brown, boozy, watery.
But when we were in Belgium, you also 100% stay clear of anything that was classic Belgian brown beer.
I mean, I like quadruples. I loved them back in the day. Quadruples, and double. I also like a double, but when it gets 10% or up there, and it's just not for me. If it's not a quadruple, I'm not. It's not for me.
So I think this is really.
But it's a very well brewed. I can see why many people love this. You get a booze on if you're. You do.
Yeah.
If you taste it,
it's really
and eat with the family, and you have this just one glass, you're heating up, and things are going better. So. And
then you can have your aquavit on the side.
It's perfect for the Danish Easter lunch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I will say I actually really like this. I think this is really tasty. I wonder how the spice level is when it's a fresh bottle, if it's more in your face. Because here it's fairly balanced, but still very present.
Yeah.
This is to a T Belgian strong dark ale, and it's got everything you're looking for in the style. Yeah. But it also has like a nice, rich, like it's very luxurious.
It's much better than a Grimbergen, for example.
Much better.
I can see that. I can see that. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that.
But like it's got a very luxurious, velvety body.
Yeah. Nice head, and yeah, it is. It's a nice beer. I just don't like the taste.
The carbonation is high, but because the body is rich, there's something about it. It's like the carbonation seems fluffy. Quite dialed in. It makes the beer seem fluffy.
It does.
And then it's as an onrush of really like dark fruity flavors. It's like these black currant gummies. There is like dried dark fruits, a little bit of raisin, kind of maybe more prunes and prune juice. going on. There's the candied sugar. I'm also getting a bit of breadiness, almost like pumpernickel. And then you're getting the star anise, coriander, and orange peel as well. Yeah. Also some kind of caramelly toffee vibes to it as well. Quite a lot of layers as well, but it's also a 10% beer. But it's really tasty, I think.
Yeah.
I actually think this, as you say, this is perfect for like the warm side of the Easter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't serve this with a pickled herring.
And I can see that this is not a Christmas beer. It doesn't taste like Christmas spices.
No, it is a bit more bright.
Yeah.
Spring-like.
Yeah, I agree.
And maybe that's because there's an emphasis on coriander and orange peel more so than like clove and cinnamon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Although like some brewers also use that in Christmas beers.
I can see why people love this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope it's clear that it's not a hate on this beer. It's just my taste preferences. Definitely not there.
Which is okay. That's just
but it is a great beer. I have to agree.
But also, like as you said, like
that's
most
also a shitty beer.
Belgian beer is kind of a thing now in Denmark. Most lunch tables, Easter lunch tables, even like at dinners and stuff, people will serve Belgian beer, but it's not real Belgian beer. It's Carlsberg under the guise of Grimbergen.
Yeah.
People think that's what it is.
It's not Lambic.
And no. Grimbergen or Leffe as well.
Yeah.
And case in point, I was beer shopping a while back. I was in Menu. I was looking at the shelves. An old lady came up to me and she was like, "Do you by any chance know anything about beer?" I was like, "You came to the right source."
Come with me.
Then her question was, "Which beer is best? What should I get for Easter? Grimbergen or Leffe?" And I was like, None. Do you know these are made by Carlsberg and they're filled with E numbers and fake flavorings. They have nothing to do with real Belgian beer." And she's like, "Oh no, she didn't know that." No. But they liked it in her family, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, can I recommend something completely different? And then right next to them, there's real Belgian Trappists. I was like, if you want something good for the Easter table, there's a bottle of, and also if you don't want it to be too expensive, take a couple bottles of Westmalle Double. It's going to be miles better.
Westmalle Double is a fantastic beer. I really love it.
So she took a bunch of Westmalle Double bottles instead, and then also one bottle of Grimbergen because her husband likes it. But I was like, I really hope then they'll try that and they'll be like, "That's really good." Or they're just going to be like, "Fuck, that's crap. I want that sweet
Westmalle
sugar."
Double is nice. It's not strong. It's just dark, but it's really nice for food. I love Westmalle Double.
But I think
I really do.
It will be. I wish I could be the fly on the wall when she brought these beers home and was like, "Oh, I was talking to a beer guy at the store and he told me that those beers are bad and they're from Carlsberg, so he told me to get this." Like. Some people will, I'm sure.
But I think it was a very nice recommendation, especially for dinner and food. And
the beers she wanted to get from Grimbergen was the double ambré or the brown Leffe. So it's like, okay, what are you going to pick then? And I thought like a double.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I was also thinking maybe some of the Rochefort.
They also have Quack in Menu.
Yeah. But it ended up being that one. And she was like, yeah, okay, let's try it. Because again, most people don't know that big brands imitate craft and smaller breweries. Most people think those are small microbrewed beers. They think Leffe is some monastery in Belgium. They think Grimbergen is some monastery in Belgium. And it's just Carlsberg, and I think Leffe is actually owned by InBev, but Carlsberg has the rights to sell it or brew it in Denmark. Yeah. But people don't know. And it's always a pleasure to get to educate people a little bit without being like douchey. I was also like, I know it's more expensive per liter, but you're going to have a better experience and you're supporting something real instead of big beer. So
the story again with Anarchist. These kind of beer.
So
people think it's craft.
Yeah, although it's not. So therefore, I think we just completely sidetracked there. But therefore, I think something like this, if you're into those things, I think it's a must try to have your eyes opened and try the real kind of Belgian experience. Yeah. I'll have you grade first. Oh. You should just grade. You can give it a subjective.
Should I grade for my preference?
2 grades. Your preference, 1 for a style.
I have to say, if I should grade for style, I think I'll give this I think I'll give it a 93, 94. It's spot on. Close to world class, if it isn't world class. But for my taste preference, I think I'm on a 86, 87 or something. It's not for me.
Yeah. It's funny with your first grade. That's what I was thinking for my grade. Both for style and also enjoyment. I really enjoy this. I think it's really freaking nice. I'm really looking forward to be trying the Cuvée van de Kaiser again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does it for the review of Gouden Carolus Easter. First time trying this beer in ages, fun to revisit it. And I got a bottle to share with the fan for Easter. See what they think. So if you guys had a chance to try this one, let us know what you thought of it. As always,
We have 1.5 bottle.
1.5 bottle. I don't think this will last until Easter. But if you guys had a chance to try, let me know what you thought of it. As always, leave a comment, subscribe to the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up and join and ring the bell for future notifications about videos and what else like cheers. See you guys in another beer review.